Hello everybody, this is Dan Parker coming to you tonight from my shop at the house, wanting to show you a trick that I came up with for how to lay out equally spacing holes if you're doing sheet metal work for pop rivets. I got a project I got to make that needs some pieces that are going to be bent 90 degrees. One side needs one set of spacing, the other side a little different because it's going to have 45 chamfers on it. So I wanted to come up with a way to drill the holes perfectly equally spaced. As you see here, I've already done one, but earlier today I made this video and didn't know it, but I had the camera pointing to the ceiling the whole time. So now we're going to do take two to do the opposite side. This piece is 20 inches long, and I wanted my end holes on this side roughly a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch off the end. So I did my math. If I did each end 5/8 off the end, then I could have 5 holes 3 1/8 apart. That gives you 6 spaces. Some people get confused. If you think you got 5 rivets, you divide by 5, but you always add one number. So, you know, thinking if you have one rivet in the middle, you wouldn't divide by 2, have 2 halves. Same if you're going to have 5 holes, you divide by 6. So this other side needs to have the rivets 1 inch off the end. So 1 inch and 1 inch is 18 inches off of 20. Well then, if I divide by 6, that gives me 3 inches. So I cut this piece of metal, it's 5 inches, and so it should be 1 inch. No, this is the other one. Let me get my other piece before I mess up. Oh, it's in the milling machine, I'm sorry. So this one, you know, is 5/8, 3 1/8, 5/8. The other piece will be 1 inch, 3 inches in between the hole, and 1 inch on the end. So if you start at either end, your 1 inch off the end would work. So now we'll go to the mill machine and drill this little hole. You know, I don't have the pleasure being totally blind, scribing, laying out with a Sharpie, etc. So if I have to scribe lines where I can feel it, I have to scratch into the metal too far. So I always make a template, then lay over it and drill through the template. So I have this piece in the mill, and it's 5 inches wide, and I have my center already 2 inches off the inside edge, which would be 2 1/16 off the vise, because this is 1/16 material. So now we're going to touch off and find the edge with my audible edge finder. My friend Travis Quillen gave me this edge finder early days of my blindness, and man, it's really come in invaluable to me because, you know, as you can tell, we're going to call that good. I've been lucky to have some good friends that have donated stuff to me. George and Jackie Bryce from Star Power has donated this GoPro camera that I'm making the video with right now. Change my collet to my drill chuck. So we know we touched off. Our edge finder is a 400 thousandths diameter edge finder, so it'd be 200 thousandths to the center. So before we touch, we move, we got to get our offset right to start with. So let's see where we're at. All right, come on. All right, so see, I can tell that's roughly about the 7 o'clock position. And I had one space up, one rivet up. I go alternate between 1 and 2. So now I need to go 1 inch over, which would be 5 turns of a 200 thousandths revolution dial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're offset exactly 1 inch. Get my drill bit out of my machinist apron. All right, this mill machine is a little noisy, so just bear with me just a second. So now we need to go another 3 inches, which would be exactly 15 turns, because 5 turns is 1 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I got my 2 dots, fairly close lined up. Drill my other hole. So, the theory is start on one end and work our way down. Get my drill bit in my cordless drill. I have a hard time feeling all the nerves in my right hand are totally jacked up from the accident. When my elbow got destroyed, all the nerves got crossed up. So I have a hard time feeling things sometimes. Now if we did our math right and all my drilling right, when we go to the end, this should pretty much be flush on our edge. Okay, so I've used my scribe to find the hole, to locate it as I slide it down. Offset it just a little bit so I can tell when my scribe drops into my next hole. Anything to do with blindness, you can do so much stuff. You just got to learn alternative techniques. A lot of times what I'm doing, there's not very many people to fall onto, because there's a lot of blind woodworkers. There's very few blind metal workers. So much of stuff I just sort of figure out myself. Sometimes it might take me a couple days or even a couple of weeks to solve a problem, how I can do things, but now if we did good, and this one here lines up, we got one more hole to go, so that means that we're a little off on our end down there, maybe about a little over 1/16. So there we go. So on this side, we have the holes 1 inch off the end, 3 inches apart. And on this side, we have them 5/8 off the end, 3 1/8 inches apart. And so I think everything feels good there. I think that end hole might be a little off, but I'll go back and check it. Feels like that end hole is a little far away. Maybe my piece moved, so I'll go back and check it and drill it. But I want to show everybody how you can make a little simple template to lay out equally spaced holes. I appreciate everybody following my page, following my progress, and following my project. GoPro, stop recording.